Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Black Moon Astro. This is Meg. Today I'm going to be talking about Saturn's transit in the 5th house in Aquarius. But like I've said in my other videos, I like to go in depth into the nature of Saturn and its archetype. So if you want to know more about Saturn and what it represents and its archetype and the reason it is interpreted the way we do this in astrology, I would recommend that you click on the link on the bottom of this video called Saturn the Archetype. In that video, I discuss very lengthily the archetype of Saturn as well as Aquarius, the water bearer, which will give you a better understanding of how Saturn is going to affect you during this transit and what Saturn really represents and why we interpret Saturn the way we do in astrology. When people hear that Saturn is transiting a particular house in their chart, most people are nervous about what effects Saturn is going to have in that part of their lives. And it's understandable because Saturn transits are indeed quite difficult to deal with because unlike Jupiter, which gives freely the blessings and your wishes, Saturn makes you work hard for whatever it is you want to achieve. Saturn takes off whatever veils you may have or illusions you have, takes off your rose tinted glasses so you see reality for what it really is. Saturn is a very realistic and grounded planet. It rules the sign of Capricorn and the 10th house. Occupying the 10th house, it's at the top of the chart. It sees everything that's going on in your life. Saturn teaches us the lesson of delayed gratification because Saturn believes that for you to be able to achieve what you want to achieve, it requires attention, diligence, hard work, integrity, and Saturn demands that you go by the book before you can reap good karma. Saturn also rules karma, so it gives you what you deserve. And in Saturn's eyes, what you deserve is what you work for. The 5th house represents creativity. It is naturally ruled by the sign Leo and the Sun. So this is the house where you create things, hobbies, art, crafts, your special skills and talents, and also fun and pleasure because the sun represents fun and pleasure and happiness. It's a positive house. It's how you have fun in life. It's your children as well. It's your romantic relationships. So these are all represented by the 5th house. So when Saturn is transiting this house, then you take on a very serious approach to all these matters in the 5th house. And Saturn may cause some delays. For instance, if you have a project and you want it to get done, Saturn is going to refine the way you go about producing your craft, your art, your hobbies, and make sure that you follow the rules and produce something that is perfect or close to perfection because Saturn also is the CEO, so it expects everything to be done very well, excellently, in fact. So when it comes to children, you could see, like I said, Saturn takes out your veils. You will be able to see all the flaws in your children and probably things that your children need to improve on, things that you feel they need to work on, or your role as a parent as well will be put under the spotlight. Like, are you nurturing your children properly? Are you being a good example? Are you being a matured individual as a parent to your child? Because Saturn rules maturity, so it expects you to handle all matters in a mature way. Another thing that Saturn could do in your romantic relationships is you may find yourself attracted to more serious, responsible, matured types of people. People who don't go out drinking and partying too much, people who don't, waste all their time at clubs and bars. It's not going to be something that you're going to find attractive during this 2.5 year transit of Saturn. You're going to look for someone who's more committed, someone more grounded, someone with stability. Or another thing that Saturn could do is that it can delay gratification. So if you're dating someone, it could put a stop to it. It could cause delays. It depends what it's aspecting in your chart, but there could be situations that are going to cause you to not communicate or be with the person you want to be with, or perhaps be single and not meet anybody. Or it could work the other way around. You will meet a lot of people and they're going to test you, because Saturn is also a very introspective planet. So it's going to cause you to analyze how you deal with relationships, what it is you really want from a relationship, how you express yourself, and how you receive romance in your life. And it's going to ask you to approach romantic relationships in a more responsible way, in not giving your heart freely without putting these people through tests and making them jump through hoops. So you're going to refine and filter the types of people that you let into your romantic life. People from the past that you've been romantically involved with could also come back. People you have unfinished karmic obligations with, especially when you find in a chart the South Node aspecting the fifth house or Saturn. This could bring back somebody from your past, and you're going to have to fulfill your karmic obligations with this person. Now, whatever lasts during this transit of Saturn, whether it's a project, whether it's a romantic relationship, is going to last a long time. So if you build now and after 2.5 years they fall away, then those were not meant to be. But if they stick around and they're still there, these relationships are going to last a long time. That's one of the things that Saturn grants. If you do everything properly and you go by the book, Saturn will give you back your good karma. That's why you have to look in your chart at the exact degree of the cusp of Aquarius, because as you build up towards that degree, this is when you're going to be experiencing a lot of frustrations, a lot of delays. Most of Saturn's heavy effects on your life are going to happen during this period. And you need to continue, you need to be determined, you need to go on even though you don't see any results, because by the time it crosses that degree is when you'll feel that release and when the blessings and the karma will come in. Especially now that Jupiter is still in the mix. Jupiter and Saturn are still close enough together. They're not exactly conjunct, but they're still close enough. And it's still in your fifth house as well. Jupiter is still there. So you're going to feel Jupiter's blessings come in as well. So you're going to be granted with bigger blessings than what you would have received from Saturn if Jupiter wasn't around. Now with Saturn in Aquarius, Saturn naturally rules Aquarius. It's the traditional ruler of the 11th house, which is Aquarius's house. What's going to happen is Saturn is going to take from Aquarius wisdom from the higher mind, which is what Aquarius rules. For instance, if you have a project and Saturn is refining that project, making sure that you produce excellent results, it's going to grant you innovative ideas and new creative ways of producing the best result. If you are an artist, now is an excellent time to produce that project that's going to give you status, because Saturn is going to give you the tools and the means and the determination and the focus to produce a project that's going to give you status, something that you'll be proud of. It's going to get you recognized because Saturn rules the 10th house, which is the house of your public image and reputation. Work hard, keep your eye on the ball, don't slack off, continue even though it's difficult until you get the results and the rewards from Saturn. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening. I hope that you learned something about how Saturn is going to affect you during this transit. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.